spotted it, and the drone spotted the Overlord, so he decided not to send it out anyways. But during this whole time, Jaedong has teched up to his own lair and his own spire, so now they both have mutas, but oh, Yellow might catch, no! Woo! Yellow almost caught Jaedong's Mutalisks off guard there. If he had, he would have been able to kill a couple off because he had more. Jaedong has very quickly built up his Mutalisk count though, but I mean he's had those 2 bases mining, so things have pretty much evened up at this point. Amazingly enough, they've come back to kind of an even keel. Jaedong has, they both have about the same economy. They both got 2 gas mines going. Jaedong has a little static air defense, and Yellow has a little static ground defense. So the very, very interesting dynamic here, where if Jaedong tries to attack on the ground, oh, he picks off the drone. No third base for you, JD. Nicely done by Yellow, keeping on top of that. Jaedong knows where those Mutalisks are though now. He's moving out a little bit here. He's going to try and scout around maybe for Overlords he can kill off, or maybe to see if Yellow's going to set up his third base. It looks like Yellow has sent something to, someone has sent something to the top left. I'm sorry, the video quality isn't the best on this, but it could be, well, it's moving pretty fast, so it's probably a Zergling, I think. It looks like it's Jaedong. Zergling has just checked out the top left to see if there's a hatchery building there. He spotted that there isn't, so he's just going to move it down out of the way. Anyway, Jaedong with some some Scourge out now as well. He's got Zerglings, yeah, he's got Zerglings kind of roaming around the middle of the map, just checking around. And looks like Yellow has a Zergling at the top, at the 12 o'clock base to check for this cut, for that third base going up. And now the same thing going on, the Zergling, oh, this time the Zergling gets caught between the 2 Zerglings and the drone, and fails to stop that hatchery from going down. But Yellow is going for the kill on that hatchery with his own Mutalisk. He's sending his Mutalisk down there, and this could be dangerous because Jaedong could counter with his own Mutalisk. Jaedong is going to counter towards Yellow's base. He's not going to kill that. He's just cancels the hatchery and he's countering Yellow's base. Yellow is in trouble. He's only got 4 Mutalisks at his main. They're going to easily, very quickly die. He sends in a Zergling to spot how many Mutalisks there are, and Yellow is bringing his own Mutalisks back. He's trying to run his drones away from that natural expansion. Scourge pop out, and whoa, and Yellow just gets his Mutalisks back to the bottom left just in time. The Scourge popping out, I think Jaedong realized that it was about time that Yellow's Mutalisks would be getting back to his base, and managed to cancel that attack and pull back before Yellow was able to rejoin his main forces to his expansion forces there. Anyway, this is I was promised a crazy game, and so far it has been indeed very crazy. So Yellow's back mining gas at that natural expansion. So it, like I said earlier, it's a very, very interesting situation where both players have a little bit of static defense that they can fall back on. Jaedong has anti-air static defense, which is better in this situation because they've both got tons of Mutalisks. Yellow might be able to do some damage if he sends in some Zerglings along with a Mutalisk attack, or while he's distracting the Mutalisks, he's sending some Zerglings because Jaedong has only spores and no Sunkens and no Zerglings on the ground, only very few Zerglings on the ground as well. And there are some Zerglings. Yellow has made some Zerglings. He's going up to kill off the Zerglings that were blocking the Zerglings, killing the Zerglings that were blocking the 12 o'clock expansion, but he sent Zerglings to the bottom right as well, but now those Zerglings are getting caught off guard. He does cancel that bottom right hatchery again. Both players have been trying to put up hatcheries, mostly Jaedong has been trying to put up extra bases, and they keep getting blocked over and over and over again by each other's Zerglings. So props to both of them for being so extremely vigilant on making sure the other one can't take a third base. Yellow does have that third hatchery though, which is a little bit of an advantage. Yeah, Jaedong's just now getting up that third hatchery, and he's got a really strong front door actually set up because he's going to have that sunken colony, and the hatchery is on the other side of the spore colony. It's a pretty solid defense there, which is you know, Yellow is doing a very good job of going around checking for these third bases because that's all he can really do. He can't really crack Jaedong right now. He's got to kind of starve him out almost and beat him in a macro game almost, sort of thing. Anyway, hatchery is almost up for Jaedong. He's going to have that third hatch pretty soon. Going to be able to equal Yellow in economy. Or in production, I should say. Look at this. Yellow actually only has a couple drones mining minerals at his natural expansion, his second base. Jaedong, click it, click it, click it. Come on, Observer, I see you there. Yes, Jaedong has 4 or 5, looks like 4 or 5 drones mining minerals at his expansion base, although a couple less at his main, so they're pretty much about even there. And look at that, picking off. He was trying to hide Jaedong trying to sneak a drone to the 6 o'clock position. He really really wants a third base. He really wants that third base right now. But yellow will not let him have it. Jaedong checking that 12 o'clock for Ling's, blocking his third base up there. Picks those off. Yellow now might have Jaedong's Mutalisk pinned in though. Jaedong is trying to fall back to his main base where he has his spores, and Yellow catches him off guard. Only half of his Mutalisk are there. Jaedong is trying to route all of his. Finally, he does get all of his Mutalisks grouped up together. Scourge coming in from both sides sending in massive amounts of Scourge at each other. Jaedong has the spores to fall back to though, so Yellow does not want to commit to this attack. They've both got almost even amount of Mutalisks. I think Yellow might have one or two more, but oh! Jaedong catches Yellow this time, and the other side, and gets a few hits in, but then he has to fall back as the Scourge go in and as Yellow redirects, but both players getting significant hits to each other there, and they're both dealing with two groups of Mutalisks here, two clumps of Mutalisks at this point, and a group of Scourge for both of them. Jaedong sending in a single Scourge to Yellow's main just to see what's going on there, see if there's any tech going on, because when a game gets to this point, you start seeing tech in ZvZ games. Very rarely do they get to this point, but if they do get to this point, it becomes a situation where you can't really break the other person because there's just so many Mutalisks that even a couple Mutalisks difference start making less of a difference. By the way, I'm going to try and get the armor counts on these guys. If they're upgrading their armor on their Mutalisk, but I'm really apologize. I'm watching this on a low quality VOD. So I can't really tell what the upgrades are very easily. Anyway, Queen's Nest, there we go. There's the tech. He's going to upgrade to Hive here pretty quick, and because at this point you can do so much good with plagues. Oh my god, if you can get a plague off on a group of like 3 clumps of Mutalisks, 3 control groups of Mutalisks, so much damage. That can win you the game easily. Who was it? There was some other game, I think it was Zero versus someone was the last time I saw that. Actually, there's been another game more recently as well that I don't remember. Anyway, but point being, occasionally you do get, and Jaedong has finally gives in and takes his mineral base. He finally takes the mineral base. He's been trying to get hatcheries all over the damn map for a while now, for like 10 minutes, and has not, well, maybe not 10, but several minutes, has not been able to get that third base, so he finally just gives in and says, alright, I'll take the third base. Look at this. This never happens in ZvZ. He's trying to get, he's got the mineral patches down to the low one. Oh, look at that! Tons of Zerglings popping out for Yellow now. What it was meant was that he's getting pretty mined out at his main there. Yellow now has a Queen involved. If he ensnares all of Jaedong's Mutalisks, they'll be slower to fire, and they will do less damage on the whole. Oh my gosh, if he gets a Queen in there and manages to get in a snare, it will be absolutely huge. He will take a huge advantage in the game. This is going to be absolutely crazy if he can pull this off. Wow. Uh-oh, now he's going in. He's going in for attack. Catches part of Jaedong's Mutalisk off guard, and in a part. And whoa, what is this Queen doing? He's going in with a Scourge and a Queen. What is he trying to do? Is he trying to? Oh, I guess he's just trying to kind of spot and try and get that ensnare off. And I'm gonna have to pause for a second. Sorry about that. Getting back into the game. Anyway. Where was I? Hive is now being upgraded for Yellow. This is going to be absolutely insane. He's already got the Queen out. He's got a snare upgraded probably because we see that Queen kind of posing around. And oh, Yellow is going to try and take a third base. Single Zergling chasing the drone. 2 Zerglings there. Come on. No! What are you doing, drone? Oh! Fail by Yellow there. Jaedong is now also upgrading to Hive. I don't know if he's going to get a Queen in play also, but we could see Hive on Hive action here. It looks like okay, we got +1 weapons on Yellow's Mutalisks is what it looks like, and I wish I could read the carapace. It looks like +1 carapace as well, but I'm not sure. I can't be certain on the carapace there. Anyway, but he has +1 weapons on his Mutalisks, which is pretty big because I don't think Jaedong has that +1 weapons. Click on Amuta, click on Amuta. Anyway, bunch